today I'm basically going to go over SMC concepts. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, whether you're a forex or futures trader, but today I'm going over the simplicity of SMC, what it is, why it's nicknamed smart money, and just some quick tips to help you boost your smart money trading if you're already a profitable trader, or if you're not a profitable trader, if you struggle finding consistent setups every single week that you can actually apply. This is going to be a good video for you. So guys, let's get into it right now. So the first thing is, when you have to understand that smart money is a nickname, and it refers to the people, the banks and institutions, and hedge funds, and the people that are in control of the market and have the most money are smart money. And so you've probably heard of things like fair value gaps, order blocks, things like that. Order blocks are specifically large engulfing candle blocks filled with large amounts of orders in the market, hence why they're called order blocks. And they're filled with tons and millions and thousands and millions of dollars of capital. And because of that amount of capital, it causes the market to actually push up or push down exponentially. Um, and yeah, and let's just show you an example of that. So I actually, if you guys watch my YouTube channel, I only trade two different types of setups. I only trade order blocks, and I only trade imbalance gaps. And what I notice is that if we go down to here in my group, and if you look at my order blocks, this is the number one type of setup I trade. So if we zoom all the way in and we look at my R&R and my entry, you can see all those doji wiki candles, and most of my entries look like that. And the reason is because smart money will tend to tap and go and have a little drawdown because of the precise levels that it's trying to trade with and mitigate their position and all that. But basically, guys, I only trade two setups: fair value gaps and order blocks. Order blocks, like I said, are large sums of capital being injected into the market, whether if it's going bullish or bearish. So right now, you can see, if we zoom in, we can see that on the left side where my face is, we can see that we have a order block right there, and we have the giant black candle engulfing that white candle right there, and it is immediately falling and resulting in a downward trend after that. So those two engulfing candles right there in the left side of the screen, that that price came and wicked from and reversed from, that's the level that I entered. That's the order block that I enter from, and I only trade these in fair value gaps. And so if you guys are familiar again with SMC concepts, the number one way I find trade setups consistently every week is the news. Because if you guys understand how the news works, if it's smart money, the news, you look at the news like this: it provides you opportunities for trade setups. Every single week, month, they release an economic calendar with medium to high volatile news that shows you who's in control of the market. And not only that, this news impacts the market. You don't necessarily need to know what the effect of the news is, if it's going to go up or down. You just need to know, okay, let's, for example, today's Saturday, Sunday's tomorrow, 6:50 p.m. we have Japanese news happening during Asian session, high volatile Japanese news. And it's interesting because before I discovered this news event that's happening tomorrow, I was already last week planning to go bullish on UJ because of my market structure. And so if you're trading with smart money, you'll notice a lot of the time that your market structure actually is supposed to align with the news. The news is supposed to push your trade either into profit or create a new high or low so you can get in on the correction. So let's talk about that real quick. So if we zoom all the way out, we see that we have two lows and two highs. We're on the 4-hour structure. The trend is bullish. And if we zoom, now that I know that, because I use the 4-hour time frame for my long-term structure. The 4-hour time frame, if you're a forex or futures trader, is a good time frame for finding major key levels, POI, imbalance gaps, order blocks, things like that, fair value gaps. And I use the 4-hour and the daily for major ones, because sometimes you can look like it's a downtrend, but then, like right now, it looks like we're in a downtrend, right? But if we zoom all the way out on the 4-hour to 1-hour, like I said before, we're at a low that's about to go off because we're in the current bullish trend. And price is currently, once you determine your trend, and you do that if you know my strategy, I determine that through identifying my 4 pieces of market structure that holds together the trend. That's why it's called structure. It's the trend structure. And then if you're a smart money trader, you always want to buy low and sell high. So smart money does that. Rich people do that. Investors do that. They never buy stock or buy something when it's already up. They buy it low because that's where you make the most money. And so if we're on the 4-hour time frame, and I'm want to buy and price was where the top arrow is. Imagine where you see the top of gray arrow. Imagine price was at the top area over here, all the way up here, and we wanted to buy. It's too late because we should have bought down there where the bottom gray arrow is, right here, instead of buying where the top gray arrow is, right here. And so how we determine this is once I know my trend on the higher time frame, I go in the lower time frame and look for a break of structure to give me a confirmation that I am in fact changing the trend. And so if you're a smart money trader, if you guys are trading forex futures, this red stuff on my screen, I use it to just keep things simple when I'm teaching people. The red represents the current previous market structure / trend, and the disruption of that trend happened right here, where the gray arrow is pointed to now. We came down here, and the trend was bearish, and once it became down here, it went from bearish to bullish because what? We had a break of structure. Not only that, we had two break of structures. The first break of structure happened where the gray arrow is at the bottom of the screen where you're seeing here, right here. Price came down to here, and then price immediately followed up, coming down, going up, breaking this first high, and then price came back down, and we just had price blast off. And the price action looks tiny and insignificant because I'm on the 15-minute, but if I go to the 1 hour or another time frame, you can clearly see the break of structure right here, if you guys know what that is. A break of structure is a disruption of a previous trend. A COS, a continuation of structure, is a continuation of a trend. So if your trend is bullish and you're making a new high, that's a continuation, COS. And if you're trying to trade against the trend and wait for supply or demand to give you a breakout, then you're trading sorry guys, my mind's just, you basically know what I'm trying to say. My mind's just all mixed up because I'm just trying to talk so fast. But yeah guys, so I want to go and I want to show you this. So like I said, the first break of structure happened here, and then once there's always a break of structure, price always recorrects itself because price never in the market goes straight up. Even if it does, like it did up here, price still has to come back down and correct these levels. It can't just continue to go up forever. And it did that. Came back down. And now what I'm waiting for is the news tomorrow happens at 6:50 p.m. High impact news. And that is simply, I'm expecting that my bias is a bullish break to the upside with demand. And if we turn on the volume chart later, we'll see a big old spike in blue volume going upward because we have bullish demand from the news. Because the news simply moves the market. Without news, the market isn't going to move as much, and you can't make as many good smart money trades. And so there's some resistance right here because people that trade support resistance still are probably planning to sell off of that, and I don't trade that at all. So I'm going to wait for this to be broken in this liquidity area where these X's are. And liquidity is just areas where there's money sitting, where there's stop losses sitting in the market in specific areas. Liquidity grabs, things like that. So we're going to wait for this liquidity grab to go up and wait for price to go up and break all of this right here. And once this breaks, that gives me enough confidence and confirmation to know that, okay, if it's breaking, I need to see some demand. Number one, it broke those structures. As you can see here, the previous bearish highs, it broke. And number two, I need to see some high volume, because if there's demand, there will be significant volume showing you that that candle or whatever that demand zone works. So yeah guys, what's another one? So yeah, the first step is identifying the news. Sorry guys, fucking battery. The second step is looking on your chart, choosing your forex pairs, and the third step is looking at your trend, and not only looking for your trend. Here's the part people mess up. When you know your trend, go on a smaller time frame and wait for a break of structure or a continuation of structure as a confluence for you to enter, as a confirmation of the higher time frame trend. You want a confirmation on the 1 hour to 4 hour as your trend, and you want a confirmation of that happening on the 15-minute, 5-minute, blah, blah. But yeah, guys, this is a really brief video. I didn't want to go too in depth. I just wanted to be really simple. And if you guys want to join, I have a free Discord right here. It's free. You don't have to pay any money to join. I do have paid services, obviously, but they're not overly priced like a lot of people's services. I do one-on-one coaching if you're interested and you want to connect one-on-one just to figure out where you guys even are at, where you're currently struggling with in your journey. If you're consistently profitable every week, you know, to learn more about you and see if I can be of any use to you and see if what I have is actually helpful to you. But yeah, guys, I also have an ebook that's basically a full in-depth strategy PDF checklist and a guide that goes and explains the origination of smart money, the origins of smart money, what it is in the market, visual examples, lots of pictures, and then there's also at the bottom there's a step-by-step confirmation checklist of my exact strategy. But yeah, and the only difference is, guys, my exact strategy is inside of my guide. But if you use my guide, you will have to kind of piece it together by yourself because you have to read it and you may want to ask some questions. So most people usually get my coaching, and it's not expensive. Um, but yeah, guys, if you want to join my free community and connect with other traders and just be in the community and share your insights, I would love that. Come on in and join us. We're a good community. It's not too big. I only have literally like 26 fucking members. It's not big at all. But when you guys join, it's gonna be big, man. It's gonna be big. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys found value out of this. And I enjoy making these videos. I want to start making more. I make some every single week, day now. And if you need any questions, just ask me. Again, your first step to making money with the forex trades, like this SMC concept strategy, identify the news so you know what pairs are moving, because if we need movement to make money in the forex market, right? And then once you know what's moving, look at the trend for that so you know it's moving. It's gonna move, so just identify the trend and look for a confirmation on the smaller time frame so you can make money off of the pair that you know for in fact is moving. The economic calendar is basically a cheat sheet if you trade smart money concepts. If you don't, it's not really of any use to you unless you're trying to avoid it. But yeah, guys, I hope this was helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Peace.